All right, Ainsley, our next guests have turned the Clintons into comic book villains. Kinda.
The many scandals surrounding Bill and Hillary Clinton, laid out in the book Clinton Cash, is now packed into a new graphic novel.
Joining us right now is Peter Schweizer. He's the author of Clinton Cash, the untold story of how foreign governments and businesses made Bill and Hillary rich. And Brett Smith, standing right next to him, he's the creative director behind Clinton Cash, a graphic novel. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Graphic novel, we used to call those comic books, right?
That's true. That's very true.
What happened?
Well, they're not printed on newsprint anymore, and they're a little more sophisticated, printed on nicer paper. We have a hardcover on this book as well, so it's a sophisticated comic.
All right, so Peter, which cover do you like more, this cover of Clinton Cash or the original one when the book came out?
Well, I tell you, I think they did a great job, the artists. This is sort of the Brewster's you know,
right.
that movie that came out. I think this was sort of the rendition of that. I think it's fabulous. I think what's so interesting for me is this is kind of a cultural shift. I mean, I'm an investigative journalist. I write nonfiction books. And when they first came to me with this idea, I thought, how's that going to work? You take journalism and you create something like this, but they did a fabulous job turning it into a narrative story, making it accessible to people.
So, Brett, let's talk about this panel on podium economics. Deposits only. There's Bill Clinton right there. He's handing in some Benjamins to this person. What are you trying to say there?
Well, he's taking a deposit, actually.
Oh, he's taking the money.
Right, he's taking a deposit, and we have tin horn dictators and horrible despots in the background who are all making deposits.
All donors to the Clinton Foundation.
And the Clinton Global Initiative, exactly.
According to that man's book.
If you believe it.
I mean, what's so interesting is it's follow the money. It's the old story of follow the money. And I think what this graphic novel does is it conveys it in a way that makes it accessible to people who maybe don't have the time to sit down and read a serious nonfiction book. I think millennials love this sort of approach because it's humorous. They put in humor and a lot of great visual images.
Yeah, there's some good humor in this panel as well. We got Ronald Reagan here, George H.W. Bush, and then down here Bill Clinton.
Yeah, they're talking about the fact that ex-presidents since Eisenhower have all hit the lecture circuit, but nobody has done it in the manner that Bill Clinton has. The fact that his wife was first a senator and then Secretary of State. So I think as it was conveying with the podium economics panel in the middle, there's this problem of, are these really speaking fees or are these deposits and attempts to, in effect, bribe or gain access to the Clintons through these speaking fees?
Sure. Brett, there's a lot of curveballs in this particular story because it's not, Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen. You got to connect some of the dots. Right. That's got to be daunting for you to try to figure out how to put it on a panel, expertly.
We had fantastic talent. We had Chuck Dixon, who has over 40 years experience at Marvel in D.C., and he helped bring it together along with the artists. But it's taking this book and turning it into visual storytelling.
Okay, Peter, got to ask you about the blockbuster story. We had Tom Fenton from Judicial Watch. We'll walk a little closer. You can come on in.
Right.
We had Tom Fenton on from Judicial Watch. They got about 300 new pages that show essentially these were emailed that nobody had seen before. Apparently they got them from Huma Abedin. It looks like if you wanted influence at the State Department, just give cash to the Clinton Foundation.
That's what we have going on right here.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And Tom Fitton and Judicial Watch, they just do fantastic work. And there's a lot of emails now that indicate that if you were a major Clinton Foundation donor, a guy like Gilbert Chagoury, for example, that you gain access to the State Department. And if you're a foreign businessman or a foreign despot, you want to be on good terms with America's chief diplomat, and the way to do that is pay Bill to give a speech or donate to the Clinton Foundation.
Yeah, and somebody donated $1 million, wound up getting a job on the International Security Advisory Board, even though he had no experience in the field.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes perfect sense.
Well, wasn't there a song about money changes everything?
That's exactly right.
Pay to play, that's right.
Brett,
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Brett, thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Cool. Check it out, the graphic novel.
There you go.
Meanwhile,